Mr. Corsi here. In this question we're asked to change the subject of the formula to x. At present the subject of the formula is y, so we have to do a whole load of steps and end up with a formula that looks like x equals, where x is the subject of the formula. So let's do this in stages. We know that we're trying to get this x term on its own. Let's see what we can get rid of easily. Well, here's an adding h. Now, since we've got two equal things, the action we can take to get rid of that, doing the opposite of adding h, would be subtracting h. And if we do that to this right hand side of the equal sign, we must also do that action to the left hand side. So let's put these actions in brackets. That's what we're doing to the left hand side, that's what we're doing to the right hand side. If we do the same to both sides, we'll still have two equal things. So let's see what happens. On the left hand side we've got y, we're taking away h, so that's what we'll have. On the right hand side we're taking away h from this, and that was undoing this adding h. If we add h then take h away, it'll disappear. That was the whole point of that action. Well, we're making progress. We've got g root x. Now, how can we get rid of this g? Well, remember, g root x means that we're multiplying root x by g, and we know what the opposite of multiplying is. It's dividing. So if we're multiplying by g, if we take this left hand side and divide it by g, and also do the same on this side, divide by g, then that term will disappear. So how do we do that? Well, we just have to write it down, that we're taking the whole of y minus h and dividing it by g. When we do g root x divided by g, the g disappears. Some of you might be happier knowing that we have g times root x divided by g, the g's cancel, and you're left with root x. So we're getting there. Now the last thing is, we're almost at the stage where we have x on its own. We've just got to get rid of the square root. Now, what's the opposite of square rooting? It's squaring. So at this stage, we take the left hand side and square it, and we take the right hand side and square it. So that's the step that we're taking now. We take the whole of this right hand side and square it. When we square the square root of x, we get x. In other words, the square root sign disappears. Another way of thinking about it, the square root of x times square root of x equals x. It's like the square root of 9, which is 3, times the square root of 9, which is 3. 3 times 3, that gives you 9, and the square root sign has disappeared. So if we square root x, we get x. Now this is the wrong way around. Normally formulas, certainly a formula which has a subject of x, we would start out with the x. So we know that to find x, we have to go y minus h divided by g and square the whole of that. Now it is possible, if you have y minus h over g squared, y minus h over g, to square the top, that times that, y minus h times y minus h is y minus h squared, and g times g is g squared. But any of these two versions would be okay. So that's Mr. Corsi signing out. Thanks for watching this video.